Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Zion Dew. I'm Catherine and I'm here with another faith story. But before I start this story, I'll read you the verse. It comes from Hebrews 13, verse 5. Keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have, because God has said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. And actually that part of love of money, imenikumbusha that we were taught back in Sunday school that the love of money is the root of all evil. I remember that a lot because, shout out to our Sunday school teachers. And so let me start the story. I have a very close relative who used to work at the bank. And this relative of mine was a very diligent worker. So one day, a client walked in and presented the documents that were necessary for cash withdrawal. And at first she was hesitant because of the signatures. The signatures weren't matching, they weren't similar. They were a bit off. This signature was a bit off from the owner's account. The account's owner. Siko sure, mtani correct too. So she asked her to resign. So she decided to rewrite the check, and she signed it. And since she saw her signing, she was like, okay, I'm convinced that this is your account. So we can go ahead with the process. So she withdrew. She was given the money, and she left the account. She left the bank. Mind you, this is not the owner of the account, and the owner of the account rarely came to the bank. So 2 hours later, the owner of the account walked in. So this relative of mine has never seen the owner before. So when she walked in, went and asked to withdraw money, but the account was like insufficient funds venye M-Pesa ufanyanga saa zingine. And after that, so the owner of the account went straight to the manager and complained, put forward a complaint and said, I came to withdraw this amount of money. This is the amount of money that I had in my account. Na saizi nasoma insufficient funds. What has happened? I need an explanation from you guys. So he was like, I don't know. He checked on the history of and who had cashed. Called this relative of mine, told her to close up, come to the office. I need to talk to you. When she got to the office, she was asked, are you sure? Hi, how are you? Have you seen this woman? Like, no. But her account says that some amount of money was withdrawn at this specific time. And she was like, yes, a woman walked in, but this is not the woman who walked in. But the woman walked in, presented the ID, and had a checkbook, and also signed the documents. And I thought that she was the owner. And the manager said, apparently she was not the owner. This is the real owner. And she demands an explanation and wants to know where her money went. So you go balance your accounts, come back to the office. After she finished balancing, she went back to the office. The fraud cops were called, and they started threatening her. Mnajuanga venye cops who handle situations. So they started telling her, are you sure you're not working with your friend? When insider, you've just told a friend to come, na umesoma signature ya mtu. So she was like, no, I've not. And a woman came in. I don't know the woman who came in, but she came in, presented the documents, and I gave her the money that she wanted to withdraw. And she was told, as things were going, the situation was getting inakuwa moto inaanza kuwa heated up. Akaambiwa, do you know that you're in trouble, and if you do not cooperate and remember whatever the details of that incident, utaingia ndani. Mimi nimesikia utaingia ndani. nita force memories zirudi zote afu whether they have to come back. So at that moment she sat down and said that the woman was big. The fraud cops told her, you know, hiyo itasaidia, hakuna mali itasaidia cause that's general, look for something specific. Na mind you, hizi masiku hakukuwa na CCTV. Imagine how CCTV ingekuja isaidie hii situation pop alafu iende hiyo story iishe. But so she said, the only thing that I remember about this woman is that she had a yellowish kitenge. So during this conversation, the owner of the account apparently heard and said, do you mean yellowish? Have you said yellowish? And she was a bit big. Like, yes, she was. That's the exact, like, that's the person who came in, and she actually looked a bit like you. And the owner of the account said, oh, my cousin resembles me, and today when she left the house she had a yellow kitenge, so it might be her. And the cops asked her, where did she go after? Have you seen her after leaving the bank? She said, yes, as I was leaving, she was just getting into the house. So like, oh, so tukienda kwa nyumba yako tutampata. They went, found her there, took her, brought her back to the bank. And venye walifika kwa bank, she was asked, sasa, have you seen this relative of mine? She was asked, have you seen this woman? The one with the yellow kitenge said, I've never seen this woman in my life and I don't even know her. She was asked several times and that's the same answer. Ukiwa mwizi obvious lazima ujaribu kusema stick to your answer. But the cousin cut her short and said, do you know how we know it's you that took this amount of money from my account? She said that you had a yellow dress, and earlier when you get into the house you had a yellow kitenge. So she was like, she decided to come clean, and she decided to say that, yes, it was me and I took this amount of money. I stole your documents from your wardrobe, and I also forged your signature. And she was asked how much money does she have remaining, like how much money does she have, the total amount. She said, no, I've used a specific amount. She was asked if we go to the house, will we find the money? Sama, yes, we will find the money, but you will iko missing, like na labda like a small percentage. So she was caught, and what this relative of mine told me that she, like a miracle she experienced at that moment was that she remembered the yellow dress. That is, if the owner, since I had mentioned earlier, the owner of the account rarely went to the bank. So imagine kama huyo owner wa account angeenda 2 or 3 days later kwa hiyo bank aseme, by the way, pesa yangu ina miss. She wouldn't have remembered that specific tiny detail, na angekuwa in trouble. The second part was that the owner of the account also remembered that her cousin had worn a yellow dress leaving the house. Imagine ka angekumbuka, ingekuwa another whole big story. And thirdly, it's that the one who had stolen, the woman, the cousin of this woman, one in the yellow kitenge, if she was a quick thinker, a fast thinker, angesema that specific amount of money that's missing I had given to this teller ndio anipei pesa, since I was not the actual owner. So from this story we learn that the love of money is the root of all evil. Sasa unaona huyu alikuwa anataka tu pesa, ona akaenda jela. And that God never leaves you nor forsake you. He walks with you throughout that journey. Unaweza kuwa umepanga siku yako inaenda 1, 2, 3, but God has other plans, and those plans he'll just be with you and walk with you. Yes, thank you. That's the end of my story. Bye and have a good morning and a good day. Bye bye.